Eric Hutchinson. Eric!
Hello.
Hey!
How's it going?
I am doing great, dude. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Happy to be on the phone with you.
Excellent. Don't you, doesn't the tour crank up tomorrow? Do I have that right?
Yes, that's right. Boston, New York, D.C., Philly.
Hey, is the
The Big Four.
exactly,
Big Four, we call it.
exactly. Hey, is the day before a tour starts, is it butterfly? Well, I mean, you've done this long. You don't get butterflies. Is it nervous, exciting? Like, what is it?
It's all those things. I mean, it's not dissimilar from packing for any trip. You know, you're just like, all right, I got to get that stuff together. I got to do this. I got to get that. And I mean, I've been doing this over 20 years. I still do get like anxious though before it's time to take off. But as soon as I'm out the door, it's fine. You know.
Right. Yeah, no, it's just the whole getting up and getting ready. Because I know, like, you were out on the road all of January, and then you were off in February, and I know what you did in February, and now you're going. But when I was looking at your schedule, so you're on the road all of March, but then you're off in April and back on May. Are you doing the same thing in April that you did in February?
Yeah, I've had to change my schedule around my touring schedule. I'm a dad now. I've got a 7.5-year-old daughter, and it just wasn't working to be out a lot. So I'm kind of doing what they call in the business a weekend warrior thing, where I go out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then come back and then do that about once a month or so. So it's spread out. So this tour is going to be going on for quite a while. It's going to take me a while to get everywhere, but yeah, this way just works easier for me and my family.
Oh, that's not what I was referring to. I was referring to you doing Rock Boat.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's all nice and stuff for the family. But yeah, dude, you did Rock Boat. How is it possible that's the first time you've done it?
I don't know. I was asking everybody on there, and everyone said, "Oh, we've been trying to get you on forever." And I was like, "Well, you're not trying hard enough." It's just, I don't know if people know about it, but there's these, you know, it's a festival out at sea. It's a cruise ship, and it's 30 bands or something like that, and it was really cool. It was my first time doing it. They were celebrating their 25th anniversary. They do all kinds of cruises now with music, obviously.
Sure.
But it's just super fun.
But you know what's weird, Eric, is for that cruise, there are so many, and listen, Rock Boat's been around, like you said, for 25 years. And it was kind of one of the first ones that started the whole run of like, this one's got a cruise, and this one's got a cruise, and that one's got a cruise. But like I was just looking back to see who was on this one. There's so many of our friends on there. You, the Alternate Roots, Stephen Kellogg, Carbon Leaf, the Struts, Matt Nathanson. Like, it seems like it's so much fun.
It is fun, you know, and you're hanging around, you know, it's like you do the show and you're the rock star, and then you're in the dining hall getting pudding next to everybody else. So it's like, everyone on the boat is really like hyped by the end of it, and the fans enjoy it and the artists enjoy it, and it's all kind of just mixed in together, you know. Have you ever been on one of those?
No,
No,
I want to. Honestly, the one that I want to go on, and I know that there are like a bunch of the individual bands, but the one that we've always talked about, like taking the show on, is Rock Boat, because there's so many people that we know that perform on there, and there's so many different bands. It just, like, would the 311 cruise be awesome? Yes. Would the Kiss cruise be awesome? Of course it would. But the Rock Boat one just has so many different friends and artists. That's the one that we've always talked about. If we're going to take the show on one, would be the one that we would want to go on.
You guys would fit right in. That would be awesome.
No, I agree.
I'm here to pitch Elliot in the Morning at sea, just your own cruise.
I'm going to need about 10 or 11 bands on the Rock Boat to go, and then we'll just change the name and be fun. Listen, I'd love to go. I have no problem. The problem, Eric, if we're being honest, the two pussies in the room who don't want to go on the cruise are Diane and Tyler.
Oh, wow. We're naming names.
Yes.
Got it.
Wait, are you a big cruise guy?
I was a little seasick the entire time.
Okay.
Just like a low-grade headache, and just felt like jet lagged the entire time, even though we were in the same time zone.
So you have never been on a cruise prior to this?
I always sort of forget. And I'm like, it's fine because like I do it, but then as soon as I get onto solid ground, I'm like, oh, I feel like myself again.
Gotcha. Hey, can I ask you about another band that was on the Rock Boat?
Yeah.
And we had done some stuff with them years and years and like decades ago. Great guys back then, but I saw they were on it. How was American Hi-Fi?
Oh, they were cool. Yeah, like that's legendary. They were cool and put on a great show, and saw them around and everything. It was the same, like I said, everybody was just hanging out, and it was American Hi-Fi. What was the other group that joined at the last minute? Switchfoot came on, and classic band, and people were loving that too. So yeah, it was fun.
All right, let me know the next time you're going. Are you going to do another one?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I don't think I'm doing the next year's, but maybe the year after that. So I don't know.
All right, so anyway, let's get back to it. So the tour kind of kicks back up tomorrow. You'll be here on Friday. You also have some new songs coming out, which I'm assuming you are playing on the road.
Yeah, I have a new album coming out called Repeating Myself, which it's sort of my homage to myself. It's the snake eating the snake. I pretty much was like, I want to write an album like the guy who made my first album did. So it's almost like I fed my own music. I didn't do this, but it was like I fed my music into AI and then was like, write something in the style of Eric Hutchinson. And that's what I did. So it's like definitely a throwback to like my earliest songs. And so we're playing some of those and playing the new songs and playing some of the mega hits. And it's going to be a good time.
You know what? The song, a couple of the new ones. You know which one I really like is King of Philadelphia.
Thank you. Yes, I do too. I was a little scared to release that song, but so far it's been getting a nice response. It's a sort of a fantasy about how my life would be so much better if I lived in Philadelphia. And I thought Philadelphians would get mad, but they were all like, yeah, it would be, you idiot. Why don't you move here already?
The video is hysterical.
Yeah, it was fun. I dressed up like a king, like a goofy king, and I walked around the city and ate a cheesesteak, and I thought maybe I'd get my ass kicked. But people were really friendly, and like they just wanted to get into like the silliness of it. People were just bowing to me on the streets, and so it was fun. Video came out nice. It was a silly day.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was really good. And then one other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, Eric, is your podcast, Songversations.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's really, really well done.
Thank you. It's been a labor of love to get up and running. It's based on my card game, Songversations, that came out a few years ago, and I'm pretty sure we came on and talked about that then. But yeah, it's talking to different guests about the music they love, and it turns out I never ever get tired of doing that.
And did you like the first guest you have on is Justin Willman, who's a magician, a very big magician.
Yeah, I've been on Netflix a bunch and on tour.
Very cool that you went to school with him, but it was easy, or maybe it was easier because you two know each other and there's a little bit of history, and obviously, like, he's famous. But to be able to lay out, I'm assuming that it'll be the same format for every guest that you have on.
Yeah, and actually the next one just dropped today is Eliza Schlesinger, who's also a friend of mine. She's a stand-up comic, and she's on today. And so, yeah, it's asking – the questions change, but it's pretty much this idea of, like, you can really get to know somebody through the music they grew up listening to and what they're listening to right now. And so we listen to clips of the songs, and we, kind of just – it really came out of missing listening to music with other people. These days everything is, here's a cool song I like, here's a link to listen to it on Spotify by yourself. And it's really, I just miss the days of high school, coming home after school being like, I'm going to play you this song and I'm going to sit here and watch you listen to it and see what you think of it.
And what is do they get because as the questions, like for example, it'll be like one of the questions you had for Willman was, what is a song you are embarrassed you only recently learned the correct lyrics to? And then
Yeah.
he answers it, and like you said, you guys play it, you'll talk about it, you'll talk about the song, you'll kind of give yours. He has, and people are playing along as they're watching it, but you know what the problem is? I can't, like in that moment, I can't think of anything.
Yeah. I'll give you some behind the scenes. We do let them know the questions ahead of time, so there's not a bunch of dead air.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I don't know what their answers are. So I get to kind of just really react in real time and be like, wow, okay. All right. And so, yeah, Justin Willman was brave enough to admit that he never knew the lyrics of Little Red Corvette, even though that's the song title.
That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, they were singing Living Correct. But then, in the comments, so many people were like, I also did not know what the song title or what the lyrics were. It's like, I guess, a confusing thing.
But now I am glad to know they got it ahead of time, but I'm also glad that you don't know the answer. So I guess that's Burns who knows the answer, or you're just getting the answer.
I'm learning it as the audience learns it. That's my most fun way to do it. So I can just actually respond to it and be like, wow, okay. And then it's very stream of conscious. Interesting. That song makes me think of this song. And then we listen to a little bit of that song. And it's, it's just a show for music lovers. It's a good way to discover new music as we kind of talk about whatever people are into. And, you can watch it on YouTube or get it wherever you get your podcasts.
But then there was a song that reminds you of an old job you have. I don't know.
It takes
you
a
don't
little
have
thought.
one for that?
Yeah.
No. This is all I've ever done. Well, that's not true. I worked at a Walmart.
But maybe go back to like a
Burger
different
King. I worked at Burger King for a night.
like different
Here we
music
go.
eras,
Okay.
different music eras with different stations you were on.
Well, yeah, but that's not like an old job.
Kind of.
Eric,
Count that as an old job.
Okay, Eric, what was the last job you had before quitting it where you were like full-time musician?
I was pretty bad at having quote unquote regular jobs. I worked all fall to get an internship, and then I got this internship at like a production company. And day 2, they were like, "We want you to reorganize all these tapes." And I was like, "I kind of think I'm above that. I don't know. I should do something else more. I think I'm ready for like a higher level." Ready for a higher level job. And they were like, "Why don't you just not come in anymore?" And I was like, huh. And then I got a job working at an ice cream store instead. And at that ice cream store, I remember there was the manager was obsessed with Janet Jackson. And so she would always play Janet Jackson on the radio when she was in charge of it. And so I would probably pick a Janet Jackson song that reminds me of working at JP Licks.
Oh,
yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
And then, and then I'd play the song, and then you'd be like, "Oh man, I remember this song. I made out to this song with Susie Donaldson or whatever." And then,
But you know what? And I understand it. He's your friend and he's being kind. But Willman kind of lied a little bit.
Did he?
Because he said that he had never had any other job but being a magician. And then he went on and said, even when I was working at this Mexican restaurant, I would go and do magic as the waiter. I would do magic tricks for people that were seated in my section. And I wanted to go, idiot, that is
You were
your
a waiter.
previous job. Like your job was waiter. Your job wasn't a magician who delivered food. You delivered food and then you did magic for him.
Well, that's how he always saw him. That's why he's successful. Even when he was being a waiter, he was saying, "I'm not a waiter. I'm a magician that delivers food." It's the suspension of disbelief, which is really all magic is about.
But now, do you remember the name of the restaurant that he said he worked at?
Yeah, El Torito, because I loved El Torito in Maryland growing up. That was where I had all my birthdays.
Right. And what dorky thing did Eric Hutchinson do when celebrating his birthday at El Torito?
Well, you really did listen to the episode. I would, El Torito, I think it was maybe in Greenbelt, was the one we went to, and they sang their own proprietary happy birthday song. And I think it was because they didn't want to pay legal rights to sing the other Happy Birthday, which was copyrighted, but I don't know if that's true or not. But I loved it. It was like, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. It was different. So I brought my own tape recorder to record them singing that version so I could listen to it year round. It didn't have to just be my birthday because it was just so cool. And that's why years and years later, I'm hosting a podcast about songs, listening to songs, I guess.
Hey,
but I'll ask you one of them. This is the one we always start with that I like. I think it's just a good...
wait, from Songversations?
Yeah.
Okay, but I didn't... Burns did not send me this question.
I know. You're going to have to be ready.
Oh, crap. Okay.
All right. This is for everybody can answer this one. So, when you were in sixth grade, what is the song that made you feel like the absolute coolest person in the world?
In sixth grade.
So sixth grade, you're like 11 or 12. The hormones haven't really kicked in yet.
Not true. Not true.
No, you were okay.
One of the last things I did in sixth grade, I split sixth grade between El Paso, garbage city, if you ever tour there, and Houston. But before I left El Paso, I kissed Marcy Callahan. She had a big sweat mustache, but I did kiss Marcy Callahan. So the hormones had kicked in.
Okay. And was the song a Janet Jackson song that you were listening to at the time or no?
But you know what? Like, I can't think of, because now I'm trying to think. I also liked Regina Khan a lot, but I don't remember. Nope. But that did make me feel like a badass. Now I can just think of a song from sixth grade.
All right. Why don't we let you think about it? What about Diane?
Okay.
Do you have an answer
I immediately went to Van Halen 1.
And how did you find out about Van Halen?
I don't know. It was probably like one of the boys in my class. Because I remember specifically having a little, I ripped out a page of a magazine of David Lee Roth, doing the teddy bear jump.
Oh, my God.
What?
Yeah. So you were you liked them because of David Lee Roth,
yes.
Not because of Eddie.
Yeah, well, Eddie too, but.
Do you like Van Hagar?
Not as much.
I do.
Yeah.
No. You're not talking to me, though.
No.
You're not talking to me.
No.
Hey, what?
This is her songversation.
No, I know.
Yes.
I understand. Tyler, do you have one?
Okay, so Van Halen.
I would say Meatloaf. I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Wow.
I know.
Tell us more.
Because the video was so theatrical.
Theatrical.
So it made me feel seen because I did all the school musicals.
Oh, I didn't know that you did the musicals. Okay. So you were like,
that's
Meatloaf,
why I'm
this
here.
guy. Can you tell us some of the musicals you were in?
Well, the audience does know, but for you, Eric, Flower Drum Song, Damn Yankees, Meet Me in St. Louis, Oliver,
Wow. Okay. And you were like, those songs, those are cool, but Meatloaf, he kicks ass.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
what year, was I sixth grade or can I just do middle school? I don't know if it was
Sure.
sixth grade or later. No, but the one that comes to mind now is Point Blank on a Roll.
Oh, okay.
That's a great song, Eric. That's a great song.
I don't know if I know it.
Oh, God damn you. You don't know Point Blank on a Roll?
Which one is the artist?
Point Blank.
Okay.
They
and then
also-
the song is On a Roll.
On a Roll. They also did. Oh, I hope you're pulling it up right now. They also did Oh Nicole. But On a Roll was good. I crashed my bike into a car parked on the side of the road because I was high as a kite while. But we were playing that song on a boombox really, really loud and crashed our bikes listening to that song.
Wow. So you were like a pre-iPod just driving around making your own with the
Exactly.
boombox.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm sorry I wasn't doing Meet Me in St. Louis.
Hard to blast that one on the boombox.
It is. But I like those. But I wish I had more time to think.
You got to think about it.
Well, that's it. But you can think about it, and you can be shouting it along at home. But that's how it works. And I love getting to learn about a new song. And then, forever from now on, whenever I hear eventually Point Blank on a roll, I'm going to think of you. 'Cause I'm going to be like, that's the time I learned that song.
Unless we hang up and you play it, you will never hear it.
Let's play it when we hang up here.
Hey, do you have are you at your setup for Songversations?
I'm not. I'm just on the phone today.
Oh, God damn it. I was going to ask you to play it. That way I could hear your reaction to the greatness that is Point Blank.
And they were they a local El Paso band?
Bite your freaking tongue.
They were semi-nationwide.
Semi-nationwide. Yes. I apologize to all the Point Blank band members listening today.
It's okay. I forgive you. Hey, so you said a new Songversations dropped today. Do you have a bunch of them lined up? Like now you're going out on the road. Like, do you have a bunch of them lined up?
Yeah, we've been working to get some pre-recorded and still recording them. And we got all kinds of fun guests coming up. Mayim Bialik, my friend, is coming out, and comedian Gareth Reynolds and Jen Widerstrom, who's a celebrity fitness coach. So, we're trying to talk to all different kinds of people and see what kind of music they like.
No, it's awesome. I think that's great. All right, a couple of other things. I got to go back to something you mentioned earlier. When does the record come out?
I don't know yet. Sometime soon. Sometime in the summer or the fall, probably, it's looking like.
Okay. All right. Very good. Correct me if
2 songs out now.
Right. Yes. And then correct me if I'm wrong. You're a big baseball dude, right? We've talked about that.
Of course.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
And who is your team?
The Baltimore Orioles.
How disgusting is it to have Pete Alonso on your team?
I mean, I'm pretty into it.
Oh God, I can't take it. But I am stoked for baseball season to get underway. Are you a I was looking at something on Instagram. You were talking about Ken Griffey Jr. Were you a Ken Griffey guy?
I mean, of course, the time I grew up, everybody knew and loved Ken Griffey, but he was never my absolute favorite. I tend to like underdogs a little bit more. So he was a little too good. I had to find people more that I could relate to as a bad baseball player.
Right. Yeah, no, but I don't remember what you were talking about online where you were talking about Ken Griffey. But the only reason
it's a line from one of my songs, yeah.
Was are you paying attention to Connor Griffin out of Pittsburgh?
I'm paying attention to all of it. Yeah.
Dude.
Why is he supposed to be Ken Griffey?
He would be the first if he cracks the lineup, and the dude is ridiculous. But if he cracks the lineup, he'll be the first teenage hitter to debut on an opening day roster since Griffey.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he is a horse. He is massive.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of him. He's easy on the eyes, too. He looks like he could be in Heated Rivalry Baseball edition or something.
And then last thing, Eric, and then I'll let you run. When I was snooping around on Instagram, the picture that you posted with your mom going to see Paul McCartney and realizing, as you said, that it's the first time that your mom had seen Paul McCartney since she saw the Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl in the early 60s. Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was a special trip. He didn't come around the D.C. area. My mom still lives in Silver Spring, and we did a road trip. We went to go see Paul in Pittsburgh, and it was a fun time. We made a little road trip out of it, and my mom was really happy. And Paul played all the hits, and she shared some memories from seeing them back in the day. That's what life was like back then, though. Like, I was like, who took you to the Hollywood Bowl show? She's like, I don't know. It was some guy who was a friend of my mom's or something, and she couldn't go. And he was like, I'm going to write an article about them. I'll take her. And I'm like, you would never, ever, 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 ever
wow,
let that happen now.
Dude, that is awesome. And I don't know if the answer is yes or no, but is the picture of the two women at the Hollywood Bowl sign, is one of them your mom?
Oh man, wouldn't that be cool?
It's not. Okay. Okay.
With the cop.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. I didn't double check, but it doesn't look like her.
All right. Very good. All right. Eric Hutchinson will be at the Atlantis this Friday night. It's the Repeating Myself tour. Dude, have a blast on the road. I hope Friday night show is great, and I'll keep checking out Songversations.
Appreciate it, guys. Always fun to talk to you. Thanks a lot.
Hey, you got it. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, Eric.
All right.
Bye.